Hello and welcome to episode 32 of the Avonlea Chronicles, a knitting podcast. My name is Martha and I'm here to talk about all things knitting and crafting. It's been a little bit, but only because I was just working on the same shawl. So there wasn't any point in doing a podcast the other week when I didn't really have anything to show, but I have some things to show. The first thing that I'm going to start with is I've taken up a bit of a new hobby. One of our local shops downtown had showed these watercolor workbooks, and so they're from Emily Leck's studio, and it is just this cute little book. They're about like just bigger than a 8.5 by 11 folded in half, but you get the color palette and like an example of what it could look like and some instructions, but then the other side it's just a pencil drawing. Then you get to paint it. On the back there's 12 per book, and there's like tons of these books. There's like a garden one, flowers, spring, summer. I think there's all 4 seasons. There's a farm one, there's camping one. So I got the winter one because it was on sale, and I have been doing some watercolor. I just thought it was fun. Watercolor is pretty quick. There's also like instructions on how to mix colors. So I did this snowman. I'm just working through the book as it goes, and like you can totally customize it. Like I did some purple on the sweater. So, oh, I forgot there's a bird. So I've been working on that, and I went like full out. I wish it came as a kit, but it doesn't. I got the book, and then I got a set of brushes, and then I also got from the Emily Leck's studio the palette of 12 colors and a brush, which this is super handy. Like I could imagine just taking these 2 things, popping them in a bag, like if I was going away for a few days, and not worrying about the other brushes. I also got a plate at the dollar store to use as like a palette for mixing colors. So that is a new little craft hobby that I've started. It's pretty quick and it's like pretty foolproof. So I've been loving that because it's like kind of that instant, it's almost that instant gratification of like, oh, I've finished something. And you can sit down for like 20 minutes, half an hour, do a little painting. So I've been doing that. Then I got some books from our local bookstore. I love having a bookstore in town. I was given a gift card for Christmas. So the other week I was on the computer at school doing something and was working on finishing up a lesson for doing Pisanki Easter eggs. And I thought it would be really nice to put some stories into my slide deck, like read alouds, but I couldn't really find any. But I did find a few books on Pisanki, and one of them I had the local bookstore order. This is called Marie's Magic Eggs. How Marie Prokopy kept the Ukrainian art of Pisanki alive. It has beautiful pictures. Oh, there goes the bookmark. It reminds me a bit of like Maria Primachenko in terms of like the art. It is a beautiful story. So I'm really excited that I'm going to read it with the kids this year when I do my lesson on Pisanki eggs. Usually my mom comes. She does the hard work of the egg decorating, and then we have the kids decorate. You can get plastic eggs at the dollar store. So we have the kids decorate the plastic eggs in the Pisanki style. So I'm really excited about this. And Since I was ordering books, I saw this book like just came out, I think in October. Just came out in October, and I really struggle with math, and I thought this would be the perfect book because some things in knitting I don't understand the math on. It is called Math for Knitters by Kate Atherley, and it is just like the Bible when it comes to all things math and knitting. Like chapter 6, gauge for math, converting for a different, or gauge math, converting for a different gauge. So it's all about like your gauge conversion. When your yarn doesn't match your pattern, you can choose to do gauge conversion. So it's like how that works. So I thought it would be a really good investment because I really struggle with math. Like some of the chapters in here, like gauge math, what it means, how to measure and assess it, what to do, pattern reading math, repeats within rows, repeats of rows, pattern reading math for buttonholes, garment math and alterations, garment math for size, fit, and ease. So I thought this would be a really good book for me. I think it'd be a really great book for anybody because it says right in the beginning, Kate Atherley has a math degree. So it's not just somebody that doesn't know math writing about math. She knows about math and knitting math. So I'm excited to read this and see how it helps me understand math and gauge. And right now I don't do any garments because I haven't knit enough garments myself to really understand how to design them. So I just do like shawls. They're quick and easy. The math is pretty simple, but I'm excited to read this. And at the moment, without even reading it, I recommend, because math is really important in knitting, especially if you're making a garment. So if you want to invest in a good book, I would say this would be one of them, especially if you struggle with math. So that was what I got. Then I've been doing some projects. So I really wanted to make a carrot charm for my Anne of Green Gables tote bag that my parents got me that I'm using all the time. So I found this, it's from my amigurumi farm, and it is a free pattern for a crocheted carrot. This is the mini one, and then they had just a regular carrot, and there's a little face on it. I skipped the face part, but I had some leftover orange and green from my bonus DK stash that I use for my crochet projects. So I pulled that out, and then I also went through my mom's stash. So this was from my bonus DK stash. It's a much brighter orange and a slightly brighter green. And I think they turned out so cute. You crochet the circumference of the top first, and then you work down and decrease. Then you're supposed to make the leaves and sew them on after. Now what I did, because I prefer to do my finishing work on fiddly little things like this first, I did all the leaves first, and then once I did the circumference, I sewed the leaves on. So I put the two ties, or the two ends from each of the leaves, like through some stitches. So like the carrots are the stitches, these are the ties. Then I did a triple knot underneath, and then I wove the ends in. So I did all of that fiddly stuff. Then I finished the carrot. And as I did the carrot, I stuffed it with stuffing. So that at the end, when you have like the tiniest hole, you're not trying to stuff the whole carrot. So this is the mini, this is like the regular. These ones are actually going to school for the bunnies. Then I went through my mom's stash and I got this orange and green. I think the orange is a Debbie Bliss. I think it's a cotton. And then the green was just a random skein of green. So I'd originally thought I would do one mini and one big, but then the big was like too big. I didn't think it would be nice looking like that. It was too much. So I went for 2 small carrots and then I just did 1 big carrot. I've made them both keychains. I think I'm going to put this one on my bag. And I bought this off of Amazon. It has silver and gold clasps and jump rings and key rings and little bits of chain. I don't think the chains are the greatest. I would probably go to Michael's and get some silver and gold chains. These ones are only like 4 links long and you can see some of the links are like coming apart. So I'd probably go to Michael's and get like a silver and gold chain that you could make however long you want. That's like slightly better quality, but everything else has been really great. And I think this was only like $15. Whereas at Michael's, you can get a set similar to this, just gold or just silver for $15, but this was perfect. I had also got for my Anne bag, which I'll show in a minute, it's like a carabiner clasp. It came with 2 of them and then 3 of these key rings. I used 1 of the key rings on my big carrot, but you just twist it open, put whatever you want on it, and then put it on your bag and twist it back up. And I just thought it was a little more elegant than just a regular carabiner. So now the plan is to put the carrots on here. I've had this like coin pouch in the pocket of the bag, but I decided to put it on the actual bag charm so that I can use it and like show it off. So this is what I've got. My carrots, oh, this is on the zipper, a keychain. But I've got my carrots, the flower, and then a little coin purse. I also would love, I use this bag all the time, I'd love to like give it a bit of structure. I don't know if there's like an insert you could get for tote bags or whether I should just like cut a piece of like stabilizer to like throw in the bottom because it's got like a gusseted bottom. But I'd love to like, I love this bag and I'd use it. I'd love to like, I don't know, just give it a bit more structure. If you have any ideas, let me know. But I was working on that. I'm excited to take the carrots to school for the bunnies. I think what I'm going to do is thread a piece of yarn through each of the carrots and then like tie them around the bunnies' necks so they stay together with the bunnies. I'm just not sure. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, and then they'll just kind of like hang down like a necklace with the bunnies. I haven't really decided. I just worry that like the little one might get lost, but we'll see. So that's what I've been working on. And then I showed off this prayer shawl the last time and my tag. And I just finished the second one. Now, I don't really know what happened. I let this one soak for a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but it blocked and it's not a big deal. It blocked out a little bit wider, like 1 or 2 inches wider and about 3 to 4 inches longer than this one. And again, it's no big deal. Also, I was like this first one, I did 25 repeats. This one, I only got 24 repeats. And really, it's not a big deal. But it blocked out beautifully. And here I've put on the other type of tag that I have, where it's got my picture on the front and says Avonlea Knits on the back. So these two are finished, and I just have one more to go, and I just started working on it. It is a beautiful blue color, but it's almost, and I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, it's almost a bit heathered, and it's got like, oh yeah, you won't be able to tell, but it's got like subtle hints of like pinks and like pink and purple, sort of like, I was gonna say woven in, but like twisted in. Yeah, so you get like these little, you cannot tell. Oh, maybe you can a little bit, but there's subtle hints of like pinks and purples. So I'm excited to get this one done. I'm working on it. But they're coming along. Then that's it. They're all 3 will be done, and I will send them off to where they need to go. So that's exciting that I've finally finished that, because I really want to get back to this shawl that was like really rainbowy, and I want to make, I have so many things I want to make. I also want to make the 3 little pigs and a wolf. So we'll see where I get, but that's what I've been working on. So this is now same shawl, different color, but it is coming along, and I am enjoying making them because I know they're going to be well loved by the kids that they are going to. So that's what I've been working on. And then I've done one other sort of big, I want to say it's like a big change, but it's not really that big. When I first started, made my logo, and I put my name on it. So it says Avonlea Knits, Martha B. Wood. And then I ordered some stickers, and I realized it was from a company that I have chosen to not go back to, because they support the president down south, that he who shall not be named. So it only did, like, they had this promo where you can get like 20 stickers for $1 just to like try it out. So I really liked them, but I realized I didn't want my name on stickers. If I was going to give somebody a sticker, I didn't want them walking around with my name. The only people that do that are my parents. But I didn't want like stickers going out with my name on it. So then I decided to change Martha B. Wood to say knitting. And then I was looking at my bag that I gave to my friend with my logo on it. It says Avonlea Knits Knitting. And I asked them what they thought about if I changed knitting to say knitwear designs, which encapsulates what I do better. And they said yes. So this is the like new and finalized version of my logo. It might be backwards to you, but it says Avonlea Knits Knitwear Designs. And I have changed it on all of my platforms, Instagram, here on YouTube, Pinterest, my website. So all of my icons, profile pictures, Ravelry, it all says knitwear designs. The only thing that I have to do now, which I decided was not a March break project, it's a summer project, is on all of my like 27 designs, I have to go into the document in pages, because at the top of my patterns, I have my logo. Actually, I have one here. This pattern, I have my logo. So I have to go in and change the logo, resave the pattern, then re-upload it to Ravelry, Lovecrafts, and my website, which is a behemoth task because it's a lot of work. Like, I have to either go pattern by pattern and do it, like, go into my first pattern, resave, re-upload to all of the platforms, or I change it on all of my patterns and resave them first. Then I go in and like change them all on Ravelry, then change them all on Lovecrafts, then change them all on my website. It's like a really big job, and I only have a week off right now because it's March break and some things have come up. Like I have to go out this afternoon to a meeting. And I decided it was not a March break job. It was like a summer job when I have 8 weeks of time and I can just sit down and just sort of do it like all at once. Like I will have to print out like from Ravelry all of my patterns so I can go in and cross them off like one at a time, because right now I have a lot. But I am really happy with the change. I think it's much better. I'm also like looking at different patterns and like seeing what they have. So I might tweak not the pattern itself, but maybe just like some of the information on the pattern before I like re-upload them. But I'm sort of giving myself time. But I did like all of the major changes on all social media platforms, and I said like I kind of updated the logo, but I'm quite happy with it. So because I think it encapsulates it better what I do, and my name isn't on it. But in the beginning, I have put my name on it. So that is what's been going on. Oh, I forgot to bring it. It's like over on the table. I printed out the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague, I think. I have somebody for my Secret Santa for Christmas, and I need to like give them their present in October because I know they won't be in the country at Christmas. So I've decided I'm gonna knit them a Musselburgh in a really nice green color, which I have to order. But I've never knit a Musselburgh before, so I am going to try and figure that out. It's like a no gauge pattern. You can use any weight of yarn. So, but it's like all the rage. It's like the Sophie scarf. Totally all the rage. Everybody's knitting them. They love it. It's kind of, once you get the increases done, it's a mindless knit until you get to the decreases. So, and it's going to be like a really warm hat because you like knit like a tube and then you shove the one end in the other and then you fold up the brim. So like around your ears, you have like 4 layers of like knit material. So that is something else that I'm going to work on, but I have to order the yarn first. And then I really like that it'll just be like a mindless project and there's really no pressure because I don't need it till October. So yeah, but if you've knit the Musselburgh before, I'm thinking of doing fingering weight, but like, let me know your thoughts. And I would love to know, like, if you have and use tote bags like this, is there some type of insert that you can put in to like stabilize it a little more? I love it. it's like, it's so floppy. Sometimes I find it hard to like shove my bag. I've been shoving this inside and it fits great, but because it's so floppy, sometimes I find it a little hard. But that's what I've been working on, and I will let you know probably in the next one how the kids like the bunnies and the carrots. I think the snowman might come very briefly to do to help with science on changing states of matter with solids, liquids, and gas, because we are changing our seasons and our snow is melting, it's changing to a liquid, it's evaporating. And so I think the snowman might briefly come. There's been a lot going on, so the snowman hasn't come because there's been just so much. We've had like 2 days, one at the beginning of Lent and then one just the other week, where there's been like 3 different like major holidays of different faiths and cultures that have happened all on the same day. So there's been a lot of that. We celebrated the Olympics. So the snowman just did not come. But as I said to my friend, the snowman doesn't necessarily have to write to the kids. The bunnies can write to the kids. So I think the bunnies are going to be the writing project for the kids when they come. So yeah, that's what's been going on with the logo change, what I've been working on, and I will be back in a few weeks with hopefully an update that I've finished the last shawl and that they've gone off to the kids. So you might not see the blue one, but maybe I will try and sneak in a quick podcast when it's finished. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I will see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully with some updated and finished projects.